Welcome to Wicked Inc. Originals, your Saturday night escape into the strange and the sinister. Turn down the lights, put on your headphones, and listen closely. Because some stories don't stay in the dark, they burn. Tonight's story: Carnival of the Sun. They say the carnival only comes during the solstice. That year, June hit our town like a fever. The heat wasn't normal. It didn't just sit on your skin, it sank into your bones. Cicadas screamed in the trees from dawn to dusk. Pavement buckled, the lake steamed. Every breath felt like drinking boiled air. Our clocks felt slow, as if time itself was trying to escape. Kids laid limp in lawn chairs with melting popsicles. The local pool shut down from overheating the filters. Even the mayor started walking around with a wet rag over his head, muttering that it felt like the earth was too close to something. Then, the posters showed up. Bright orange, like traffic cones, stapled haphazardly to telephone poles, wooden fences, stop signs, everywhere. The edges curled like burnt paper. The letters bled at the edges, but the message was always the same. Carnival of the Sun, one day only, June 21st, high noon. No sponsors, no QR codes, no small print, no artist's signature, just that burning invitation. Nobody saw them go up. They were just there, everywhere. I peeled one off a pole and brought it home, mostly to hang in my room. I was 17, bored, and obsessed with weird things. But when I laid the poster on the kitchen counter, my grandma walked in and froze. Her rosary slipped through her fingers. She stared at it like it was a loaded gun. "Where did you get that?" she whispered. "Downtown," I said, laughing a little. "It's just a carnival. Some kind of pop-up thing." She slapped the table hard. "That is not a carnival. That is a warning." She crossed herself 3 times and muttered prayers in Italian. Then she grabbed my arm, tight, and said, "Don't go. You hear me? They come when the sun is hungriest." I wanted to laugh. She always said spooky stuff like that. But something about her voice, it wasn't just superstition. It was fear. Old fear. A memory. That night, I went looking for answers. The old-timers at the gas station barely looked up when I asked about the carnival. But one of them, Mr. Kelso, lit a cigarette with shaking hands and said, "Back in '63, it came. Nobody knows how. Nobody remembers when it left. But 12 people vanished that day. No photos. No posters. No headlines. Like they'd been edited out of the town." Another added, "They say it doesn't come with trucks. Doesn't need power. It just arrives. And it always takes someone." I barely slept, but I still went. June 21st, solstice, noon. The air shimmered like hot glass as I rode my bike to the edge of town. The field should have been empty. Just brittle grass and a crumbling silo. But they weren't. The carnival had appeared. Sun-colored tents swelled and pulsed in the heat like living things. Banners snapped in wind that didn't exist. The calliope music wheezed from nowhere. Too slow, too broken, like an ice cream truck at the bottom of a well. People were already there. Not laughing, not playing, just moving slowly, silently. Kids with sticky hands. Teenagers holding hands. Parents pushing strollers, their eyes glazed like fogged glass. The Ferris wheel spun without sound, creaking with light. No cables. No engine. Every booth shimmered with golden dust. Every shadow was wrong, too long, or pointing the wrong way. I passed a dunk tank where the water was thick and black. Something moved beneath it. Something with teeth. A clown offered me lemonade. The cup was empty. The straw was moving. I passed a game booth where the prizes blinked. Not lights. The prizes. Rows of teddy bears with glassy, moving eyes. They watched me like prey. The barker smiled. His lips dry and cracked, revealing gums the color of dusk. "Play a game, win a place." "A prize," I corrected. He shook his head slowly. "No. A place. In the carnival." I backed away. Then I found the Hall of Sunlight. Not a mirror maze. Not a ride. Just a long white tent glowing from the inside. I stepped in. It was cold. Blinding. The walls pulsed. The air hummed like power lines. I saw myself reflected, not in glass, but in light. Dozens of versions of me, each slightly different. One had no eyes. One had black veins. One was already burning. I stumbled out, dizzy. Then I saw the main tent. It loomed at the heart of the carnival. Its canvas was yellowed and pocked, like dried skin. People were lined up outside, silent and waiting. A sign above the flap read, "The final act, a sacrifice to keep the gates closed." I turned to leave, but the crowd shifted, surrounded me. I tried to run. My feet didn't move. I tried to scream. My mouth filled with sunlight. I was pulled inside. The tent stretched impossibly wide, a golden arena. The audience sat in perfect stillness, their eyes glowing faintly, their mouths slack. In the center stood a figure in robes made of gold thread, its face hidden beneath a sun-bleached hood. Light poured from the seams. It raised its hand. "You look too long," it said, not out loud, but inside me. "You saw us, and now the carnival must feed." I felt my bones begin to hum, my skin blistered from the inside, my name faded from my mind like chalk in rain. The crowd began to whisper. "Let the sun take you. Let the sun remember. Let the carnival continue." My last thought was of my grandma's warning. And then, I was gone. But not really. I see the carnival now, always, in reflections, in dreams, in places sunlight lingers too long. I whisper to the ones who dare walk too far into the heat. I'm one of them now. One of the forgotten. They say the carnival only comes during the solstice. They say it takes those who look too long. They never say their names. Because we don't have names anymore. Only light. Thank you for listening to a Wicked Ink Originals. If you felt the heat, you're already marked. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with those who still believe they're safe. We'll see you next Saturday. Until then, beware the sun, and stay wicked.